The Vermont Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired was established in 1926 as a nonprofit agency to help Vermonters with vision loss. Over the years, our mission has evolved so that now we're a statewide nonprofit agency providing both rehabilitation and educational services and to learn adaptive techniques to help Vermonters of all ages to live independent lives and to compensate for their vision loss. When one experiences vision loss, you'll suddenly find that things you used to be able to do, you now need some assistance in accomplishing. One of the most important aspects of our agency is our volunteer program. In any given year, we have about 175 volunteers who donate over 13,000 hours of service. This is the equivalent of 6 full-time employees. This goes a long way to helping VABVI to stretch our dollars to help as many Vermonters as possible. Volunteers provide critical service that people with vision loss need. By helping to provide driving services, reading services, shopping services, and helping people to realize that their life is not over, they can still do everything that everybody else can do, just sometimes you gotta do it a little differently. Hi, my name is Dan Norris. I'm the Supervisor of Adult Services with the Vermont Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired, VABVI. Today we're going to be looking at ways that we can help those who are blind and visually impaired to maximize their independence while traveling in the community. The amount of assistance you'll provide will largely depend on your client's comfort levels and specific needs. Sit down for a little bit and have a conversation about what's expected of each other. You may have certain comfort levels and they may have certain comfort levels. It's important to be on the same page. Never force a client to do anything that they aren't comfortable doing. Find out if they'd like sighted guide. Find out if they want you to come into the appointments with them. All these things are important considerations, and each client is going to have a different level of comfort. No client is the same. Even two people with the same vision loss can have two completely different experiences and capabilities and comfort levels when it comes to working with a volunteer.
I can't see you, so I'm going to need quite a bit of help.
That's all right, I'll be right here.
Let's take a look at Sighted Guide. This is how you help someone with a visual impairment to travel in a new environment or a familiar environment. The techniques we're going to cover are first, the C grip. Second is reverse direction. Third is switching sides. And last, narrow passage. The C grip. This is how your client will hold your arm. The first step is to stand relaxed. You can leave your arms at your side. The client is going to take your arm in a C grip, just above the elbow. This will mean that their arm is about at a right angle, and they'll be standing about a half step behind you. What this allows is for them to get instant feedback if you stop or if you need to turn left or right. As you walk down the hallway, go at an easy pace. You'll quickly discover how fast your client wants to go. If your client is walking at a slower pace, slow your pace. Work as a team. As you develop comfort, you'll quickly find that you can feed off each other's cues. And this will go a long way to the two of you traveling swiftly and gracefully in any environment that you come to. Occasionally, you might find yourself needing to reverse direction. This is a simple process of both of you turning 180 degrees. Your client lets go of your arm and then takes a hold of your other arm as you complete the turn. This is a great technique to use when you're traveling in elevators. As you walk into an elevator, all you have to do is stand where you are. Your client lets go of your arm, you turn around, and they take you by the other arm.
Just turn together. Oh, how cool is that?
You might find yourself needing to have your client switch arms without turning around. This is easily accomplished by your client switching hands on the arm they're currently holding, slide across your back and take your other elbow. The narrow passage technique. Now this is very common that you're going to encounter obstacles as you're traveling through an environment. Narrow passage is accomplished by you sliding your arm behind your back. When you do this, you might need to at first verbally tell the client, we're going through a narrow passage. As you slide the arm behind you, the client will slide down to your wrist and hold onto your arm behind your back. This aligns your client directly behind you and allows you to travel through a small space without bumping into tables, chairs, or people. As you go through the door, let your client know which way the door is opening. Your client will reach out with one of their hands to hold that door so that as you walk through the door will not slam into them. You might find yourself needing to orient your client to a room. Let's use the example of a restroom. The best thing to do is to give them an idea of what's inside. This can be accomplished by using the analog clock face. Directly in front of you is 12 o'clock. Directly behind you is 6 o'clock. Directly to your right is 3 o'clock. And directly to your left is 9 o'clock. When this door is opened, directly ahead at 12 o'clock is a shelving unit. As you go to the left at around 10 or 11 o'clock, there's a toilet. And then directly at 9 o'clock, to the left of the client as they come into the restroom, is a sink. This helps your client know where the major features of the bathroom are. Let them know that when they're sitting at the toilet paper roll will be on their left. Let them know when they're at the sink where the soap is located. Before they go into the restroom, just double check and see if they want you to wait for them in the hallway or set up a prearranged meeting place. All of our clients are different. Some will just simply want to be shown where the restroom is and they'll orient themselves to the bathroom. Again, this underlies the importance of when you first start working with a client, determining what exactly they'd like you to help with. Not all of our clients remember these techniques, and so you might need to brush them up on them as you work with them. Just taking a few minutes to work together on these techniques can help them to apply them in their daily life. When traveling through the grocery store, some of our clients will want to go in by themselves. Others may want to be guided in. If they'd like to be guided in, use sighted guide and bring them into the store. Grab a grocery cart, lead it from the front. They'll hold onto the handles in the back, and that's the best way to guide them around the store from aisle to aisle. As you go through your client's grocery list, remember when you're showing them the different products that they are visually impaired. Be descriptive in your language. Talk about brand names, sizing, weight. They may want you to read the ingredients on a label or give them options. Also, when talking about bargain shopping, let them know what's available for sales. Knowing that the 2-for-1 deal is available might help them to stretch their dollars. All these things can be described to our clients. Don't use words like over here, right there. That kind of language doesn't help someone who's visually impaired. Give directionality. It's on your right, it's on your left. It's above you, it's on the bottom shelf. Some products at a store require a lot of description. For instance, greeting cards. It's important that our clients know all the options that they have. Our clients typically have a good idea of what they're looking for. Let them know what categories are available and some of the options they can choose from. As you're finishing up, go ahead and ask them if there's anything else that they would like to look at or that they forgot about. When checking out of the store, respect the privacy of your client. If they want you there with them, that's fine. When it comes to handling money, let that be between the checker and the client. Another important trip that many of our clients utilize our volunteer driver services for is going to the hospital or medical appointments. When you travel to a medical appointment, we want to make sure that your client is comfortable with the amount of assistance that you'll provide. Ask them if they'd like you to guide them into the hospital. Sometimes they'd like you to guide them into the medical appointment and simply take them up to the reception desk and then leave them in the capable hands of the medical professionals. If they'd like you to take them to the actual office, guide them using sighted guide and guide them up to the reception desk in the office of the doctor. Once you bring them to the receptionist, your services are no longer needed. You can excuse yourself and wait in the lobby or out in the car. Some clients prefer to be completely on their own at the doctor's. You'll simply drop them off and they'll travel in on their own and around the hospital and get themselves where they need to go. For these kinds of clients, all you need to do is coordinate the drop-off time and the pickup time. At the receptionist, after you've dropped them off, the hospital is responsible to guide them to where they need to be. The receptionist can call for a nurse or a volunteer to to take them into the actual appointment. As you work with our clients, from time to time you might learn sensitive details that you need to keep confidential. Our clients trust that you will conduct yourself with the utmost respect and discretion while working with them. In many ways, you truly are an ambassador of VABVI in the community. To our current volunteers, thank you. To those who may be interested in becoming volunteers, please contact us if you have any questions after watching this video. We look forward to working with you and helping our clients around the state to maximize their independence and achieve the full potential they have in life.